Huh? Okay, technology, give the chocolate back. Technology is not one of the goals. Wrong answer. What else? What else is the goal of Viksit Bharat? वो हो गया, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हो गया. He wasted the chocolate. Okay, what else? यार तुम लोग गूगल करो. Sustainability, कौन बोला? Yes. So the person who is hiding behind the person who is hiding. Actually, sustainability is not a goal. So, who else? Social empowerment. Yes. Social empowerment. What's a good name? Aman Kumar. He good in chat GPT. Okay, who else? Fourth goal. What is the fourth goal? So we got economic, structural, social. एक और बचा है. Wrong. Give me the chocolate back. Okay, anybody else? Fourth goal is actually something to do with sustainability, not exactly. It's about environment. Okay, एक chocolate मुझे. Anyway, it's okay. Fine. Okay, so we are going to start the panel discussion. So there are four goals: economic, structural, which is infrastructure, social, and environment. Okay, I don't remember it without my notes. What we are going to do is we are going to discuss each goal, and then I'll give about 5 minutes for the audience to ask questions. Okay, so instead of having questions at the very end, where you all forgotten about what's happened, we will ask the questions in between itself. Okay, again, I will rate your questions. Okay, so we are going to start with the first goal, which is economic. Okay, I know all of you are aware, but let's see what are the economic goals by 2047. One more chocolate pending. What is as per Viksit Bharat? Okay, Viksit Bharat has a vision. By 2047, we want to do something in economy. What is it that we want to do? और कुछ? हाँ, GDP. To what? No, don't be so vague. It is never going to be biggest. Okay, US is always going to be bigger. Okay, who else? Anybody else? What is the economic goal of India by 2047? Zero? Zero poverty is not an economic goal. That is a social goal. What is the economic goal of? Can you ask panel members? Not right now. Okay, we'll ask the audience and then we'll come to you. Haji, guys, wake up. Don't look here and there. Don't get distracted. Look at me. What is the economic goal of India by 2047? Pollution environment में आता भाई. Pollution is an environment goal which you did not know. Guys, come on, somebody. 33 what? Read तो करो ठीक से. अच्छा, where are my volunteers gone? My volunteers, guys. Take one mic. अच्छा. It doesn't take that much time to do a Google search. You guys are much better when I'm doing quizzes in class. हाँ बोलो, what is the economic goal? Target. Give me a number. There is a number. If you go to Viksit Bharat website, there is a number of our GDP. Sir, it's just one more chocolate. Huh? 30 trillion is the right answer. What is the current GDP? What is India's current? Oh, wake up. What is India's current GDP? Madam, give him 2 chocolates. How can you give 2 without my permission? Okay, this is partiality. Okay, so India's current GDP is 4 trillion. Okay, India's current GDP is 4 trillion. Target is 30 trillion. Clear? So now the audience, the panelists will tell us how India is going to reach that. But there is one more, problem in the whole thing. We want to reach it using AI. Okay, so today's panel discussion is Viksit Bharat using AI. Clear? Okay. By the way, there is one more goal. Somebody else will tell me about economic goal. There is one more economic goal. One, like he rightly said, 30 trillion. Anything else? Okay, we'll see. Maybe our panelists will know better. Okay.
I don't want to use mine. Okay, it's already one point.
Okay. So we are going to discuss about the economic goal for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. Now, among the panelists, actually, if you don't mind, I want to start with Madam.
Okay.
You are the honored guest for us. Dr. Neelam, I was reading about your profile yesterday, and I found that you have written about 220 papers, and I do not know how many books, and a lot of things. So almost like 500 plus stuff has been done. Okay. And I'm struggling to write my first paper, by the way. So that is where we are. And all are, so she is from IIM Ahmedabad, right? Alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad. Oh, what doesn't matter. एक बार कर लिया तो कर लिया. So she is from IIM Ahmedabad, staying in Gujarat. I do not know, maybe that helped her. Or after you completed, you stayed there. And most of our papers are in the research area of finance. Okay? So that much I got correct. Okay. So as I said, the first goal of India using AI is 4.3, from 4.3 to 30 trillion. So my question to you is, what do you think are the AI drivers in order to achieve that kind of a target?
Correct. So, good afternoon, everyone. And it's great to see you all over here. And straight away from Ahmedabad to the Bangalore, and that to IFIM, the first national conference. So, first of all, at the outset, I would definitely congratulate the organizing team, Madam Ji, Dr. Vishal, and all the faculty members, the staff members, and the institute as a whole for organizing this wonderful conference. And generally, the conferences are the platform whereby the students like you get an idea about so many things. You get a platform to share your ideas, exchange your ideas, networking, and try to utilize the maximum out of it. So, I congratulate all of you at this juncture. Looking into the theme, Viksit Bharat 2047. Every one of us knows, and you all sitting over here are the youth of India. We all know that youth is the power of the nation. And we know that more than 60 to 70% of the population in India is youth. So the responsibility goes in your hands. So, guys and girls, the most important thing that you need to focus, because when it is talking about the Viksit Bharat 2047, it is more on empowering the youth. Okay, and if the youth is empowered, then of course the four goals that Sir is talking about with the help of artificial intelligence is going to go ahead. So, looking into the question that Sir was asking about how the economic growth and the India's growth with reference to the AI. Now, every one of us are knowing that artificial intelligence, one of the significant thing that is coming up, and lot of changes in the economy are coming. It happens that you all are, for example, when Sir was asking a question and offering a chocolates, many of your eyes were on ChatGPT. Okay, just open and let's see what are the four goals. Okay, and if in a specific goal, again the second question goes on ChatGPT, what this goal all about. If you talk about the tools that you are using now, Zen Z, okay, Zen Z is much more powerful than we all sitting over here because you are fast. It is on your fingertips. Okay. And on one hand, if you look into the analysis and the news that is coming up, and because of which people are afraid of that AI will take off the jobs, AI will lead to ruin so many people, AI will hamper the job opportunities of the youth. This is what the news that is, around us. But then the question and the answer that comes over here is, how far are we able to AI? Okay. And for that matter, artificial intelligence, if we don't use in the education, in the infrastructure, in the agriculture, and in any economic actions that we want to take, then we will not be able to survive. Look at the initiatives taken by Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister of India. And importantly, if we look about the wars that are happening, if we look about the global agreements and the global tariffs, as well as the global scenario with reference to what is happening and what is the impact on India, one thing is very important, that artificial intelligence is on tips. And the most important aspect over here is Narendra Modi ji himself came to Gujarat last week, and in Ahmedabad, in the Sanand, there is a company which is of the Micron company, and he initiated and he said that this is the first step toward the artificial intelligence in the Gujarat, in the sense looking into the development of the GIP city, looking into the development of the artificial intelligence, it is going to grow more. So when sir is asking about the economic growth, I would like to divide this into four parts. One is AI and agriculture. Second is AI and governance and public policy. Third is AI in education. And the fourth is AI in totality in all the functional areas and in all frontiers. So when you are saying AI in public policy, the smart decisions, the smart cities, the smarter development, how with the help of artificial intelligence, the governance and public policy decisions are changing. For example, very simple. If you are buying a new home, my son, I was telling to him that we are buying a new home and how we would decor the house and how would be the interior. You think over. And then he used AI and he showed me on the very next day that this is how it will look like. With the help of artificial intelligence, how the smart cities will be developed, how the policies will be impacted, how the dishes would be taken, and how it would change your life. That is the first aspect. Second, AI in education. How AI will take place and what role? Will it replace the faculties? Will it replace the students sitting in the classes? Would it replace the offline teaching to online teaching? How it will change in totality the total role of the AI in education and the future scenario. The third and the most important aspect in which India is sustained about, that is the agriculture. So agriculture, we are powerful in agriculture, we are saying. We are good in textiles, manufacturing, sending it exports, okay, looking into the spices and the other materials that we are good at, we keep on exporting. How can, with the artificial intelligence, can we go for focus more on agriculture? How our agricultures can go more towards with the help of the artificial intelligence. And the fourth is artificial intelligence in the all the sectors that are remaining. So other than the education, if you look into the infrastructure, how in the infrastructure, how in the real estate, how in the information technology, how in the manufacturing sector, how in the hospitals and the healthcare, because we are good in the healthcare also. How artificial intelligence is going to challenge the doctors, the role of the doctors. Okay, if I any fever and if I want to have a medicine, I will write in the chat GPT what medicine should be there. And if you look into the reports, in general, doctor evaluate the reports and analyze and give us a suggestion that this should be the medicine. But if you ask to the artificial intelligence and if you take help of the chat GPT, we are getting the analysis of the reports as well as we are also getting a medicine. How artificial intelligence will change the world, that is a question mark. And importantly, how we should play a role, that is the benchmark. So that is an introductory aspect from my side. Thank you.
Okay. I would like the other participants also, panelists also, to just share their thoughts. So please remember, my question is a little bit different. I do understand that AI is important and it is gaining, it is coming everywhere. There is no doubt about it. But really what I'm trying to understand is AI going to help you to reach that 30 trillion? Okay, because many of the examples that you are telling me are actually telling me that you do not need anybody else. You can do everything yourself. If you can do everything yourself, we'll come back to you, ma'am. Let them also have their intros. And please talk about yourself also, if you don't mind, little bit. So what I'm trying to understand is, how does AI help you in reaching that 30 trillion number? That's basically what I'm trying to ask.
Thank you, Nikhil sir. So, so the role of AI. So first of all, I want to So first of all, I want to understand or tell you about the leadership of Bharat in the world of AI or in the world of technology in itself. Okay. So everyone has heard about Larry Page, correct? He's a co-founder of Google, correct? So do you know who is the person who actually helped to develop the Google, which is right now, the brand it is right now? Yeah, so he is correct. So do you understand the mentor, the supervisor of Larry Page was the graduate from IIT Kanpur itself. Okay, we are going back to that time. And who was he? Anyone can Google it? No. His good name is Dr. Sergey Brin. So, as the leader of in technology or as in the field of artificial intelligence, uh, we cannot say we are much behind. Okay, now let's come back how AI will help us to be the leader of the future. So, my experience of the artificial intelligence in my PhD time and after that is to understand the functioning of human brain. Okay, in general, I worked around the understanding of motor control. So, how is it significant? Now, is significant is more is significance is more in the healthcare. Okay, in stroke rehabilitation, which India is one of the epicenter recently. So to go and that healthcare market is one of the biggest market in the world itself, either it is in US or in the Europe and other big market. And I am really happy to see the development of healthcare market in India itself. So there we have a very big space to fill on. And the work which I have done recently and in my previous institution, either it is in IIT Delhi or in the University of Utah, which has also one of the biggest stroke rehabilitation center in the US itself. So there the scope of artificial intelligence to understand the functioning of our either it is in functioning of our brain to cure the diseases. So that where I am seeing in the next 15 years, not even like 20 years, in next decade, this market and this particular research area is India is excellent, and these are the people who will contribute very big, and that is one of the goal for social impact as well and technological development as well, because it will help us to develop the devices which we, I think in the past 10 years, in the previous 10 years, we were not able to think if we can develop, but because of the use of artificial intelligence, we are going to capture that market, not even in India, but in the global market as well. And I am happy to see that even in the global market, these are the Indian people who are working there developing that. So we have a very bright future and great minds to work on. And I think this is the best time to capture it.
But I disagree. I don't think that is going to become Viksit Bharat. That is just a brain drain, what you just talked about.
So, let me tell you my personal experience. So why I went to US? Because of the resource. I want to learn something, some machines which were not available in India. So the machines which I have trained there, in India, there is only 2 facilities where it was. So that is the thing. Now, because of the use of artificial intelligence, I can develop that in here, in that, maybe not at the scale of US or Europe, but there is a possibility which I can develop in the next decade, which they have developed in the past 50 years. So that is the space in research and also in the application part of that. we see our potential at the time of COVID itself in the healthcare. So everyone in every institute were able to come up and they did a tremendous job, either it is pharmaceutical companies or the device manufacturer, everyone. So we certainly have the potential, and artificial intelligence, I will not say just capture the market. They will actually help us to grow better and develop skill in very less time. That is where the AI will impact to grow.
Thanks, Anand. So, Arpit. So again, I'm trying to find out how AI is. See, I think nobody here is saying that AI is not important.
Yes.
But how is AI going to reach us to that 30 trillion?
Yeah. So let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Arpit Yadav. I'm currently working as a senior AI scientist, where I'm having the total 18 plus years of the experience into the field of AI itself. I'm having the 16 years of experience where I'm developing and designing so many AI products. Currently, I'm leading so many projects into the government verticals also. So I know the government thinking where they are going ahead. So a very simple answer to your question. See, when we want to achieve that goal, so we want to increase the number of employees in the countries, we want to increase the number of startups in the countries, we want to bring the number of investment in India, we want to bring the number of projects, or we want to bring our own AI to the world, so that with the help of that money flow will come to the India. And in that aspect, I feel that I'm having one direct question to the audience, and because they are the future of India, and if this is the situation, so discussion. So in something the great so audience, you are the people of India. I'm having a direct question with you people. Lack of awareness and lack of knowledge, which is danger? Please tell me. Lack of awareness and lack of knowledge. Last bench is the future of India. I read one article at the end of the truck at the Bharat Desh ka bhavishya, last bench पे बैठा है. Once you know last bench, what they are doing. Okay, one person so said that backbenchers related any sir, what slogan Dr. is given. They are having creativity, okay, and so on. So my special suggestion to all of you is that everyone is having the skill set and so on. Direct question, because I'm a very interactive person. I still didn't get the answer. Lack of awareness and lack of knowledge, tell me which is danger, because I want to give a very crucial answer. How you are going to achieve the dream of lack of awareness or lack of knowledge? Absolutely. So you people are not aware that what are the skill set of the market, what I'm learning currently, and after that is in between these two skills and what is degree and what is degree plus skills. Now tell me, select degree plus skills. So I really appreciate that said that. So see, picture. Please concentrate on. So, and that the topic is AI. How many word AI is having? Artificial intelligence. What is our duty inside the company is that provide the intelligence to the machine artificially to create one intelligent product which will solve some task of the society. That is the clear intention of AI. Now you are learning some BCA, MBA and so on. So I'm having one equation, and with the help of that we can achieve the, we can say more trillion economy. AI plus X is equal to business. This is one equation. X means what? Now concentrate. AI is, we are knowing that AI is helping the society. X means what? So X is divided into three other segments. One is called as industry, one is called as any other technology, and one is called as education sector. So let's come to that. Consider X as industry. So many industries in the market: healthcare, automobile, manufacturing, social media, transportation, limitless industry. And every industries are facing the thousands of challenges in their day-to-day work operation. So what the industry and the world is looking from youth, for you people, that we have to become solution provider for some problem which we are facing. And if you are having that mindset of the solution provider, so India is having the biggest, what we can say, some is considering disadvantage and some is considering advantage, our population. If everyone sitting over here is a very skilled person and a problem solver, whatever the problem industries are facing, if you develop that, so you will get a wonderful job, or either you are going to startup, and with the help of startup, money flow will come in the market. Second question: to build any AI product, there are 6 pillars. And if you concentrate on that sixth pillar, if you can do, I don't know, I've heard about the work of data centers. I'm coming to that. So to build any AI product, six pillars are required. The first pillar is data. AI is data dependent technology. And
I
yeah,
want to interrupt you. Okay.
okay, yeah.
We don't want to get into the AI. We understood. I
No,
appreciate
no,
it.
yeah, thank you.
I had a slightly different question based on economy.
Yeah,
See, today what is happening, the differential of salary income is what I'm talking about.
okay.
Even in US, we know that, people like this guy, Elon Musk,
Mhm.
he is now worth like $1 trillion.
Yes.
All these Zuckerberg and, the top guys
Mhm.
are worth billions to kuch bhi nahi hai. Like they are in hundreds and thousands of billions, right?
Yes.
While the poor guy, poor common man in India, and same thing is happening, going to happen in India also. The people who are in the tech industry, who are working on AI, they are getting richer and richer, while the, let's say the delivery guy is struggling to meet his ends.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that the more AI is coming in,
Mhm.
this difference is growing.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things of Viksit Bharat is that your per capita income, per person income should be about 15,000 to 16,000 dollars in dollar terms. Okay. My question is, how can AI give that?
A very simple answer again. That's what, see, so many AI tools coming in the market. First thing, when we are talking about the Mars Zuckerberg, all the AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, Anthropic, and so on, all are US based. Now, currently in the AI summit, I really want to appreciate Sarvam AI because it is the first India based AI. So, if we are going to develop certain AI in India more as compared to rather depend on the US models, so then India image in the world is, I don't know about the audience you are knowing or not. India in the world is known as service providers rather than generators. So you have to first break the mindset. We have to become a generator. Secondly, what are the latest tools and the upgradation going in the world of AI? We have to use that tools to generate the business.
I think I misunderstood my question. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
See, let's say in India with like 140 crore people,
Mhm.
maybe around 2 crore, 5 crore, 10 crore know AI. Other people don't know AI.
That's what I'm coming. Yeah. So many tools are there. How we are going to impact the each individual in the India? That's the question. So that we can increase their standard. We can increase we can increase the employment and reduce the unemployment in that. So the thing is that if you ask here, see again, I'm observing. I'm a very good observer. So many people are sitting and we're discussing about the future of India. Future of India is sitting in front of us. What they are doing, you can see right now. Okay. So the challenge is we have to first become curious to know what are the AI tools available in the market. So many tools. I will tell you, miss, so many villagers I know in the market, they are not educated, but just they are using the Google Gemini Nano Banana, generating the images and become the content creator and earning the money. Okay, so that's what I think. So many people are using AI makeup. Yeah, 60 seconds, ma'am, if possible. I'm unstoppable. Okay. So the thing is that so many AI tools are available for image generation, video making. So many AI tools are there for PPT making. So only for the video making industry, Bollywood, Hollywood, content creation. So many small vendors in the market. If you can go to the city itself and you can contact each vendors, I can create a very good marketing video for your shop. Just give me 200 rupees. They are ready to give. Website creation within 2 minutes with help of can do. I know so many tools. The only challenge is we want to increase the spark, those who are sitting in between us. And if the spark is there, AI tools are ready to help them to earn the money and directly impact the individual in the world. So many business we can create with the help of AI tool. That kind of awareness we need to create among the all the audience. And once we know how to use a simultaneous has given one statement, I don't know before 1.5 years, Hamilton told very clearly, we are bringing such a AI tool in the market. If one individual having the idea in the mind, our tools are ready to give the money. So you should have idea, know the tool, work on that, create the content, and boom, you can generate the business. Yeah. So thank you, ma'am.
So my question to all young people over here, and then I'll go ahead with the answer. How many of you want to become an entrepreneur? Can you raise your hand? How many of you want to start your own enterprise? How many of you want to make sure that You bring something new in the economy, provide something new in the economy, and you look into out of 100, we'll say 5. Okay. Reaching Viksit Bharat 2047, the first thing that we need to is to be a creator, to be employer, to be job provider, and to make sure that you look at the initiatives. Are you all knowing the initiatives of the government called Startup India, Skill India, Stand Up India? Okay. What does it try to tell? The first and the foremost thing, because somewhere the other way it starts with me. What I can do as Gen Z, as an individual, to make sure that with the help of AI, my Bharat is a Viksit Bharat. So the first thing is awareness. And the AI summit that has happened in just recently, that is again a step towards the awareness, towards bringing the people in that mindset, towards giving the platform whereby those who are AI enablers, those who are already in AI, and those who are not in AI, somewhere or the other way, giving a platform whereby everybody's mind is a conscious about where we are going. So the first and foremost thing is creating awareness and making sure that there is a platform whereby people learn. How many of you are aware that there are government's website if you look into mygov.in? Okay. And there are 3, 4 more. How many of you are aware that free AI courses are available? Free AI certificate courses are available, students? How many of you are aware about it? So only 3. Out of 3, those who are available, have you gone to website anytime? Okay. Have you tried to enroll yourself? Because it is freely available. Even I give it to my students and I'm not sure whether they have time to look into that link also. Right. So the second thing is, creating awareness, give a platform which the government is trying to do, because this is a journey. This is not one fine day, one night show whereby we will be able to be Viksit. For that, we need to change the mindset of the people. If we all recall the time where, cashless economy to the digital economy, where we have transformed ourselves. Okay. The rupees and the cash which were having in the hands of women, they were giving to their husbands. Okay, and that time, their husbands were about to know that there were thousands and lakhs of rupees in the home only, which have came out. Okay, and then it was transformed into the system. How much our money, how much our savings, how much our investments are going into the financial system? How to strengthen the financial system? So the second is digital economy, right? How to make sure that we go towards the digitalization and importantly, the digital economy. The payments nowadays, how many of you have cash in your pocket, by the way? And how much? 100, 200, 300 bucks, not more than that, just for routine teas and all, right? Or otherwise, even if we are traveling to London or wherever we go, it's all, I must have my mobile with me, that's all. I don't need anything. So the second important point is digital payments, digital age, going towards the digitalization. And for that, using this UPI payments, and every now and then, if you look into, there are payment links, but on the other hand, the cyber frauds is again the challenge. Right. So the third important thing is how to make sure that my people in the economy are aware about the challenges, about the frauds, and how to overcome. And for that also, if you are aware, the government is taking a steps. Okay. The third question, as soon as I'm coming with the point, I'm coming with a question, and we are collecting the data also over here. How many of you are aware about the telephone numbers or the cell numbers that you you should, do, or you should connect when there is some cyber fraud or some, mobile hacking. Yesterday only, I got a call from my research scholar and saying that, ma'am, I'm so sorry, my mobile is hacked and please don't use my number. There was some money that was transferred, due to which this thing happened, that thing happened. It is very a small story, but the point is there are so many stories that are happening in the world of digitalization. So the third important point is, how many of you, by the way, you are not answered. How many of you are really knowing those numbers or the context where if there is any cyber fraud that is coming to you, you can meet up that challenge or you can go to the solution?
Is that
So the answer,
1930, right? That's the number?
it's 1930. Anyone? No idea. So the point that is coming over here is, are we really conscious? On one hand, the government is talking about AI. On the other hand, they are taking a lot of steps, AI summit, lot of interactions, lot of agreements, lot of associations, bringing up the economy. But then, as a Bharatiya Janata, as Gen Z, as the youth, and as the powerful people of the future of India, how much ready we are? That is the third point. The fourth point that is coming up over here, because when we are talking about the AI and reaching to the economy, there are two things. One is, on one hand, your challenges and the opportunities. On the other hand, you have to take care of all the challenges that is also coming up. So the fourth thing is how to make sure that you have a sustainable development goals achievement. And all of us are knowing that United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Everybody is talking about SDGs, achievement of SDGs, looking into the sustainable economy. We are talking about the green finance, green economy, green environment, everything green around us. But again, the question that comes to all of you is, what is green finance according to you? What is something called a green economy?
So, ma'am,
What is something called a green
you're covering the whole panel.
Yes, so the point that I'm trying to tell is, when we really want to reach the 3 trillion economy, it is not on the hands of the government. It's not in the hands of anyone. It is just in the hands of everyone together. Otherwise, we'll never achieve. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you're covering all the points. So sorry, we'll come to each one of them. By the way, thank you, sir. Dr. Arun has just joined us. He's the director for IFM College. So why don't you please start off? After Dr. Arun, I want some question from the audience on economy. Okay, sir, all yours.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for the School of Technology for this this particular subject. I think this is the one of the most current and most sought after topic, AI and the economy. How the AI going to impact Indian economy? Everybody is talking about it. So probably I have a slightly different take on this. Everyone knows that in the last 200 to 300 years, we have the Industrial Revolution, which has made a very major leap in the manufacturing and other things. Now we have the AI-driven systems which are going to come up. So AI, basically, to me, it is basically speed. Speed, I mean, there can be very high economic growth that is going to happen because of the AI. So if that economic growth happens, what will be in that order? Some economists estimate the economic growth contribution by 2030 itself, around 10 to 12% growth rate will be added. Growth will be added because of the AI. But our issues are not quite simple. Everyone knows that. See, AI, what is happening? You are looking into the past, do a modeling, do a lot of data analysis, jiggery, and all those things we are doing. We have a lot of AI-driven technologies that comes into being. But then you look at our economy. Our economy is having lots of challenges. For example, the challenges relating to employment. So according to me, when I talk about AI and economy, are you going to create growth with employment? Are you going to just create growth? How are you going to have growth with inclusiveness? How are you going to achieve this? I haven't seen any very solid response coming from the government of India or the ministry or any other agencies. So we need to first need to decide how this AI is going to reveal to us. Is it a growth? Is it something like a growth with employment opportunities? Growth without employment opportunities. Of course, a country of 1.4 billion people, we want growth. We also need employment opportunities. So, how are we going to achieve that? To achieve that, we have the next question comes how these AI models are going to help. These AI models can be helped the way we are talking Europe and the US from the top down models, or whether we need to have the bottoms up models. Bottoms up models means depending upon the requirements, keeping in view the decentralization, build up models that suit to the convenience. In the whole process, adapt and reskill the people to match with the requirements so that you have skilled employees coming, skilled workers coming, they will be getting employed so that we can have a growth with employment. The next take on when I talk about how much time, sir, left to me?
2 minutes.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I should have asked a little early. So okay. So the next point is everybody is talking about AI and green, AI and green economy. How is AI and green economy? Whether we need to really analyze how green is this AI. We need to, so for example, when the cryptocurrencies came, what has actually happened when the cryptocurrencies came in China and all, they literally stopped the cryptocurrency, the mining of Bitcoin. What is the reason? It was high energy consuming activity. And it has got a tremendous impact on the environment. That is why it was stopped. So when you have got big servers coming, it will also have one kind of implications on the environment. We also need to take that into consideration when you say that whether it is going to lead to the green economy or not. According to me, for a country like India, unless the AI driven strategy is bottoms up, inclusive, takes into account the aspirations of the people, and in parallel, unless we think of reskilling of the people, we may not be having the best advantage of the AI. We can't go back. We had live with AI. So then we need to equip ourselves to reskilling, retraining our people. That is my take on the subject, sir.
Perfect. Very well said. Okay, we have a question from the audience. Let's see who has it. Okay, please state your name and then your question. Okay, and I'll request, sir, you have not spoken for some time, so maybe you can take that. Anand, sir, sorry.
Okay, my name is Shreyas Singh. I am from BCS second term. My question is to ma'am.
Okay, there you go.
Ma'am, as you said, AI will help us to reach the goal of 30 trillion. But how it will help? Like the recent new AI companies or the Chat GPT and all, they are all US based. Even though the Indians are helping to make the AI successful, but they are all US based. The money flow is going to the US and other countries. How it will help our country?
Irrespective of whether it is US based or
Indian
India
question,
based,
huh?
if you look into how many brands you are using. I mean, for example, if you buy any product from the morning to evening, starting with the toothbrush to the t-shirts or to the shoes to the any product that you are wearing or that you are using, how many products are we using which are multinational companies? In fact, in one of my class of the international business, in the first class itself, I said, let us have an exercise. Okay, and all of you write down the products that you are using and the name of the companies, okay, for which you are using the product, and then write whether it is MNC or it is, I mean, global company or it is local company or the national company. And the result was out of the 100 students, 90% of the students, 90% of the products were multinational products. knowingly or unknowingly, we are behind it. Okay. If you wear some branded t-shirt, which is, US Polo or some other brand, we are like, feeling a status. We are feeling like, somewhere or the way it is showing some symbol. And that is what. So the point, what I'm trying to draw attention over here is, US based or India based, that is another story. The point over here is, if there is a US based company coming to the India, doing operational over here in India, because gone are the days where you can think over your national company alone. It is joining the hands. If you talk about the education sector also nowadays, every education sector or the institute which is not joining the hands or which has not done the tie-up with the international, now are the days that it is felt that it is a common and the local institution. But then if you tie up with X or Y, they are saying, oh, there is something great that is happening in that institute, irrespective of whether it is really great or not. So the point over here is, 30 trillion economy or achieve the Viksit Bharat 2047, it is, as I said, it is not in the hand of any single manufacturer. It is not in the hand of any damn person. It is in the hands of us. How can I, for example, as an individual, whatever AI tools are coming, how can I update myself? As a student of BCA, for example, if you talk about the BCA students who are sitting over here, you will have a lot of competition. Because previously you were having a competition with only, IT, MCAs, and somewhere, those who are having computer science and the technology and like that. But now you are competing with any damn person who is knowing AI. So the point is, the challenge that is coming to you and the challenge that is coming to the country is how adaptive we are. It's more about being adaptive. It's more about, see, AI cannot replace the manual, right?
He has a follow-up question. Apologies, huh?
Sir.
He has a follow. And in the interest of time, just try to
Yes,
be like,
yes.
we have got a lot of things to
Yes,
cover.
yes. Correct.
Sir, please don't go ahead, sir.
So your second question, yeah.
So my second question is, if people are not aware, like if any company developed, Indian company developed its own AI or something, but people are not aware, like the recent AI summit, I don't know it is real, but I heard that they used to take payments only in cash, not UPI. But UPI is in our own product. Why we are not adapting that?
So there is, so there is a two aspect of artificial intelligence. Okay. First thing is using already developed product. Okay, which you are saying that, okay, we are using chat GPT, how it is helping us. So let me give you an example. So you are using chat GPT. Okay, there is a person in the village who are, that person is unable to take good quality education, which you have. Okay. Now, that particular person, uh, Arun sir raised a very good question. No? You cannot talk about development without thinking about the employment. Now, for that particular person who have no education, no resources, just using the chat GPT, he or she just open a small shop, optimizing the economics, like he or she just have 50,000 rupees, and that person has optimized that money, that resources for opening a simple shop. Now that's how the AI is creating self-empowered employment. That is why it is important. So chat GPT, using the chat GPT, just give that person a power to create his own employment. Now the second thing is that how that person can use the chat GPT. That awareness is the second important thing. That's where the people like you, us will come in the play. That we should make them aware to use that artificial intelligence to create self-employment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'll move on. In the interest of time, we are moving to the second goal, which is structural. Okay. And the goal is on manufacturing. Arpit has, itch. He wants to answer the next question. Go for it. So the question is, my question, by the way, not the audience question. See, one of the goals of Viksit Bharat is in terms of increasing the manufacturing percentage. So right now we are at 17% of GDP and we want to increase to 25% of GDP. So about 8 to 9%, which is a pretty big deal. And the experience from US, we can see Trump, he came on this whole platform that is going to increase the manufacturing in US, for which he put tariffs and all that to force people to manufacture in US. But it has failed miserably. Means nobody is putting industries just because of the tariff. Okay. Now my question to you is, what should India do?
Okay. So currently, I'm personally involved in so many AI and manufacturing projects where our intention is to bring AI automation. Currently, in the manufacturing industry, robotics automation is going on. Okay, with the help of robotic automation, what advantage company is getting that in a single day they are manufacturing. Suppose let's take an example of car manufacturing. They are manufacturing 500 cars in a single day with the help of robotics automation. So our next target is to bring AI automation on the top of robotics automation so that in a single day we can manufacture thousands cars so that business can increase. And also with the help of AI automation, job role will be increasing in the market related to any person, those who are directly deal with the manufacturing as a vendor, as an engineer, as a salesperson, anything. So AI automation is the future where we are targeting and we are actually doing good in that part. And soon AI automation is increasing a lot in India. China is ahead than us. I accept China is ahead than us. Next is USA and third power is India right now. So if India should focus on increasing the AI automation part in the manufacturing industry, surely job will also increase and directly impact to the economy as well.
How can job increase? See, the more automation you have, the less number of jobs you will have.
So
That is what sir was
I'm having the answer for that. When computer enter in India, so many people protest. Computer is eating our job. If imagine India has adopted that protest, those who are doing the protest, and India has listened to them. Today, India will be the bigger country. Sorry for my wrong words, but like Nigeria and Uganda and so on. So we will be the underdeveloped at that point. So same thing. We have to accept the adoption in the technology. Technology changes will go. Will come in future. Quantum will come and so on. So the number of job will go, but number of job will also come. We have to focus that. Please prepare the list. I am doing the literature survey every day. The next job is in the area of prompt engineering, AI automations, domain experts, and so on. So if our youth should focus on what are the next skill set coming in the world for the next 10 years, job will also get and employment will also get, and we can also become they can open the startup and going ahead in that part. And the last 15 seconds for answer of your question, that OpenAI. So Sarvam AI is of India. India is currently working on developing their own AI model so that data is also in India only, and we can increase our AI business in India. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very pertinent question that you have raised. Students, all of you are aware that, in the total GDP of the country, manufacturing GDP percentage is not growing. Hope all of you are aware of that, right? In the total GDP of the country, service sector has been growing. Now it is around 56 or 57%. Manufacturing sector GDP as a percentage, the volume is growing. Volume is growing, but as a percentage of the GDP, the manufacturing sector GDP is not growing. Now we have this, what Sarah has been telling, we have this AI things coming into this, how you can basically leverage AI, advantage of the AI to enhance manufacturing. When you look into the whole world economy, Sarah has given an example of Trump. He put a tariffs. Actually, tariff removal in the world was first propounded by United States. Through the GATT and through the WTO, they were blaming China when it was first introduced. So now now Trump is telling that, okay, tariff, we need to have tariff because we need to protect domestic manufacturing. At the same time, we have this something called AI coming in. So by applying AI, how can we increase manufacturing percentage of as a percentage of the GDP? That's a very, very one of the most structural question that Indian economy is presently facing. There are various ways that can be looked at it. I have already told you that India is a country of 1.4 billion people. We need growth and we also need employment. Correct? I have already told you that. We need growth and we need to also employment. Now, how we juxtapose these kind of things into the area of manufacturing? If you want to juxtapose in the area of manufacturing, one of the way to go ahead is apply this bottoms up AI models into decentralized manufacturing. In a sense, one of the main reasons for China's growth, starting with 1980, was the decentralized manufacturing. They have piloted through organized processes. We need to replicate the same model with the help of AI, and but that should be done in a very structured manner. When we apply AI into decentralized manufacturing, which will in fact support SMEs. SMEs as of now itself, around 40% of the manufacturing output is coming from the SMEs. They are one of the largest employment providers in India. Out of India's export itself, 40% of the export is coming from SMEs only. So we need to boost up SMEs with the use of AI so that your product will become competitive, because we are at the end of the day, you are in a very competitive world. So you need to enhance export. If you want to enhance export, you need to adapt to technology. Therefore, there is no going back on technology. We need to adapt to technology. Accordingly, we should upskill the people, direct them into an organized, decentralized manufacturing. Then only our dream of enhancing manufacturing percentage to GDP, that will happen. Then only the employment generation will happen. So that is my take on this subject.
Great. Any questions from the audience before we move on to goal number 3? So currently we are on the goal which is structural manufacturing. We have had a small short discussion. Same person, huh? Somebody else is not with. Everybody else is okay. Go. Let's do it fast. Ma'am, maybe you can try it out.
So my question is, like, if AI come in the manufacturing industries, but it will so many people will lose their employment, so many people will lose their work, because most of the people in manufacturing industry are so uneducated or like poor
So
background.
Arpit sir have already answered that, by the way.
No, I am asked.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
So after the AI take over the manufacturing industries, so what the poor people, like who are uneducated, who don't know about the AI so much?
So, one of the most important thing that you need to correct in your mind is AI is not going to take away, all the jobs, right? We are, I mean, machine cannot be, or any anything not beyond the intellectual power that we have. That is number one. Okay.
Ma'am, I want to interrupt it. I know I shouldn't be, but in the context that today we are hearing of layoffs everywhere. Amazon, Microsoft, every company that we know is having layoff. So I'm on this side, AI is leading to layoff.
That's what I'm coming to.
Excuse-
See, layoff when the question of you're talking about the uneducated sector. Okay, you're talking about the people who are not having the facility, maybe a rural India, or maybe a people who are really not aware about the things and all. If you understand the government goals 2047, so that has come to our mind now. But then if you look back 10 years back also, the government's initiative, if you understand the Swayam platform, where anytime, anywhere, anyone can learn, anytime, for that matter. There's so many courses, more than 47,000 courses are on the Swayam platform. And nowadays, if you look into the online teaching, online MBA, everything is so online. So if someone who is saying, I'm uneducated, do not availability. If you talk about the infrastructure, the Wi-Fi facility, the internet facility, everywhere it is available. If you talk about the rural India also, the development of the rural India is also happening. So the point is, I am uneducated. What should I do? That is out of passion. It's all about how you have to improve each day so that you are not outdated, but you are updated with whatever is coming. Let's say if I am a doctor, if I am simply focusing on what is happening and the old medicine, the pattern that I am going ahead, it is not going to suffice the purpose. I need to update with the technological advancements that is coming. I need to learn that. I need to adjust in that. I need to update my knowledge. Then and then I'll be able to survive. So the point is, it is not going to take away everything. It's all about those who are updated, those who are improving, they are going to win the race. Those who are not updating, definitely then it may impact. So yeah.
Okay, he wants to add something. Anand.
So I just want to answer this particular query with a very recent news which I've heard. So in Shanghai, uh, they developed a skyscraper, very tall buildings to solve the problem of living expense. Okay, so they created so many skyscraper. So okay, that was there. Now what happens? There is a new problem created there. So the delivery guy, the person who was living at 150th floor, so delivery guy is coming there with their product in 15 minutes, but to reach that particular floor, it is taking him to 20 to 25 minutes. So one new job is created in that particular skyscraper, the delivery logistic delivery guy. Something like this is going to happen in the era of AI. So the jobs which you think, so it is a real problem actually. So when you solve one problem, another problem created, and to solve that problem, another employment will create. So this is going to happen. This happened in the era of digitization. This is going to happen in the era of AI as well, and it will keep coming.
Okay, I want to move on. It's okay. I want to move on to the next, topic, and probably this might be the last one. Probably, it is about, as educators, we are seeing something which is called as cognitive laziness. So just like when calculators came in today in my class, if I ask somebody to do 16 into 17, I am pretty sure most of us cannot do. That is the impact of calculator. There is a calculator that can do the job. And today we have seen, if we try to do any case studies, let's say we are, some of us were trying to do HBR case studies in the class where the student has to go back, read it, and then come back. There was some learning which was happening. Now all that is gone. Why? Because the whole thinking process has been outsourced to ChatGPT, Gemini, and so on. Okay. So the question in my mind is that how do we make students study in the era of ChatGPT? Yep, whoever wants to.
So, if you look at the government initiatives also, and the recent, when we are talking about the IIM, from the beginning to till date, everything is case-based teaching only. There is no scope for the students to not to learn the case and come to the class, because there is no way that they are teaching anything bookish, and there is nothing like teaching a chapter number 1 and chapter number 2 and all in the class. Okay, that is number 1. Number 2 is looking into the initiatives of the government with reference to the NEP, that is new education policy. And new education policy all of us have implemented now, and it is focusing upon the 3 type of courses, which involves the ability enhancement courses and the skill development courses and the Indian knowledge system type of the courses. So these 3 type of courses that are initiative, how far as an educational institution are we taking those courses seriously? In the sense, the skill development courses, if you are teaching in the class, the skills are not going to be developed. If the Indian knowledge system and the related courses, if we are delivering and taking exams on that basis, and if the students are also feel that, oh, it is a Bharatiya system, I am living in a modern one, and it has nothing to do with Bharatiya Gyan Parampara and all, then it is not going to suffice the purpose. And the ability enhancement courses, where NEP is talking about improving the skills, improving the ability, improving the intellectual, and it is talking about making sure that the students are holistic, and the holistic development, that is the 360-degree level development of the student, should happen. The question that is coming to the educational institutions are, how far as a faculty, how far as an institution leader, and how far I, as an institution, is taking an initiative to make sure that the policy that is framed is executed and implemented, and how far can I, because we cannot make compulsion, but how to create a culture, how to create my class environment, how to create a platform, how to create a discussion forum, and how to create such a environment whereby my students are there. So somewhere or the other way, yeah.
Madam, that is the problem in India, right? You can
Yes.
make all the rules,
Correct.
but you come to the road, there is no rule being followed.
Correct.
So government can make all NEP and all send policies and all that,
Right.
but how do you implement, especially in today's culture, where the easy way is to get the answer from Chat GPT, you will get good marks.
So the point is not necessary always to bring those, for example, for the skill development courses or for the ability development courses or for the Bharatiya Gyan Pada, the Indic knowledge systems and the type of courses which are long, two credit courses and all. We should not take the exams in the way that they are able to give it from the Chat GPT. Right. For example, in our system, if you look into all the skill-based courses, the examination are not happening in the class itself. Okay, we are taking the exams in a way, for example, if it is skill development, if it is a yoga and wellness, if it is Indian knowledge system, we are using different methodologies of the teaching as well as, so that implementation must be there at the institution level, then we'll be able to win. Yes.
Yeah, I have more of a practitioner's being a teacher, practitioner's point of view. Now a lot of students are also here. We also need to understand from them how a faculty need to assess the student in the world of ChatGPT. There has been a very bewildering and confusing question into the faculty. How when a student comes out with an answer by based on ChatGPT, how he is going to assess it? What is the methodology that he is going to use? We are giving a homework, and he is doing that homework by using ChatGPT. And with that ChatGPT answer, the student gives the answer sheet to the faculty. What the faculty is supposed to do? The answer to this particular question is, according to me, in this country, 95% of the faculties are not trained how to deal with such an issue. That is the reality that we have been facing. Persons like me have been facing and addressing many forums about this. How to understand the course. For example, now we have universities and institutions, they are subscribing into many of the Chat GPT modules, like Perplexity, like there are many other things. We are seeing when the whole, as Sir was telling earlier, when the technology wave is embracing, when it is happening, when the technology wave is sweeping across to us, it is foolish on our part that no. Chat GPT all are okay, but not in my class. Can you say that? You can't say. ChatGPT is an integral part of the life now. It is going to become the integral part of the life. We need to understand that how to make use of the ChatGPT at the same time enhance the level of knowledge of the students. And for that, the students need a lot of experiential approach. One of the best way to deal with this ChatGPT related issue is that questioning students from an experiential point of view. Lot of things needs to be developed. See, if somebody says that just by ChatGPT, because a student is copying something in essay, he's copying. For example, why are we doing Kanyathon? What is the condition of girl children in India? They will write it to para and they will give. They do not know what is meant by poverty. They do not know what is meant by inequality. If the Sugi food does not come, people are telling that there is food shortage. So when all these kind of things are basically happening around, a person like me passed through various phases of Indian economy. We have come from the firewood, then we go to gas connection. We had land phone. Now we are into mobile phone and internet. We are quite ingrained into what is happening at the ground level. That exposure our students don't have. Everything has been given, all these things are available, but how you imbibe that experience, that should be one of the way to go ahead. In fact, there has to be a clear upskilling program for the entire faculty base. in order to adapt themselves to face the challenges of the classroom. That is the way, according to me, is the way ahead for all of us.
Okay, Dr. Anant will say something, and then I want last two questions from the audience before we close. So please get out of your Instagram and ask some question, okay?
So, sir, before the era of AI, many of you have heard about that particular exam. There was in the IITs and all, there was the exam which was called open book exam. Okay, so the idea behind that the student just not read out what they have been taught, but they have understanding what they have been taught. Now you can say luckily or unluckily, before the era of AI, when I was doing when I was giving my comprehensive exam of PhD, one of a very renowned faculty, now he's in IIC Bangalore, Dr. AP Pratosh. So my supervisor, so he was also the faculty of ML, machine learning there, and I unluckily I have to give the exam and he has to set the paper in, and it was the COVID time. Okay, so he gave me the question paper, open internet. Okay, I am giving 10 questions. You do whatever you want. I was good at ML, and still I was only able to solve 5 questions out of 10 because of my understanding. Now that person is like whatever syllabus he gave me, he just asked one question from that. But the technology here is to help us. Now, in particular, AI or artificial intelligence, it will help us to build the skill, not to replace it. Okay, so for example, if there is any athlete, the artificial intelligence is going to help you fine tune your skills.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Today, if you had ChatGPT, you would have done all 10, right?
No,
But
no,
you
no,
might
no,
have
sir.
been-
I am telling you, sir. I am telling you, it is not possible. So I experiment. So my students are here. So in the lab, I was giving them the code. Okay, giving data set and giving them the code. What they were doing in the first 15 minutes, they just chat GPT the code and just scrolling the Instagram. What I did, I asked them to generate the data set, and they are here only. They were just and do whatever ChatGPT. No one were able to do that. So here the adaptation is the most important thing. So adaptability of using the AI. So I also don't ask them to you don't use it. No, use AI, but use it smartly. Use to upskill yourself. That's the key.
Awesome.
So in the end, either it is internet or artificial intelligence, you have to use it as a tool, not as a guru.
And that's what we want. We don't want Viksit Bharat, not Insta Bharat or ChatGPT Bharat. Okay, who else? Somebody wants one more question from the audience. Any other question from the audience? Not the same guy, please. Sir, Devdutt wants to have Devdutt, right? Yeah, he has a question. Come on. Maybe two more questions. One more question. Come on, guys. Think of something.
So, good afternoon, respected panel. My name is Digvijay Bastian, and currently I'm doing BBA from IFM College. So, my question is little bit related to entrepreneurship and business. As ma'am said, ma'am, government is providing lot of facilities like initiatives. There are a lot of websites where we can like apply for business growth. Ma'am, what I had experienced like that whenever like my father recently told me like he had applied for subsidies in the government website, but he didn't get that subsidy. There are a lot of loopholes in that thing. With these loopholes, is this really possible to achieve this goal which we are thinking at the root level? What is happening actually? At root level, not we are getting that kind of facilities which we are showing at this point. Like here we are showing like a government is providing that much facilities, all those things. But root level, actual poor people, they are not getting that thing. So my question is that with this thing, is this really possible? What we are talking about here?
So, if you look into personally, I mean, for your problem, there may be some other story. But then, if you look into the government schemes, and since the March is approaching, if you look into the so many funds which is going back also, So, one thing is many times the awareness is a problem. Second thing is when you are applying, what is the minimum requirement there, and where exactly you have applied? What type of scheme? For example, if the scheme is related to the women development or targeting specifically for any enterprise which is with reference to women, and if a male has applied, it may not be going to go to the conclusion. Same way, if the scheme is related to the technology product, specifically if you talk about the science and technology, any project that you apply with reference to the scientific or a technological development or a innovativeness or research and development, that is definitely going to get a success. If you go for any common which is already there, where you are already sustained as a India, there you may not get a chance. But if you just see around you, what are the technology? For example, anything with reference to the fintech, anything with reference to something innovative, something with reference to AI, something with reference to sustainability, something with reference to the Swadeshi Bharat, something which supports the movement of Viksit Bharat, somewhere or the other way, something which is making India not dependent but a sustainable. So, in that direction, if you go to the specific scheme, that can definitely suffice the purpose. So yeah, whatever may be the scheme, what is your case personally, that I don't know, but in general, this is my experience being there in the entrepreneurship side, because I myself have developed a course on the entrepreneurship, 55 sessions on the entrepreneurship and the startup, and I'm also involved in the startup councils and all. So when we talk about the grant, these are the common issues, that the type of scheme that is there and the type of grant that is asked for. For example, there are my students only whom I suggested that you apply for this specific grant, you'll get a grant because it seems it's a good project. But they applied in the wrong project, the wrong direction. That can be one of the reason, that can happen. But then, yeah, certainly. And the second important point is, don't leave the things. Go to the government website continuously, because right now, if you talk about the March, the unutilized fund and unutilized grant, you'll definitely get it. So if you have applied, or not applied, and if there is any last day or something is going on, you go ahead. So the right point at the right time, at the right moment, that will solve the purpose. So it's not like, it is not getting, because it is for that purpose only.
Thank you. Anybody else has a question?
Sir, I'm having 1 minute. I will take. I'm having
Okay.
immediate answer for.
So you can answer him. And also, I would like to just, from each one of you, a 1 minute wrap up from your side.
So
Okay.
answer is, why you are limiting yourself to government schemes? You are an entrepreneur. There are so many venture capital in the market. Bootstrap ability is there. If you are limiting as an entrepreneur mindset only on government scheme, how you are going to help the society? As an entrepreneur mindset, you are having the curiosity. My product should be reached in the market via any channel. Either it is a government scheme. If it is taking long time, there are loopholes in that. Don't depend on them. There are so many venture capital in the Bangalore itself. So many meetups happening.
I think, sorry.
Yeah.
His experience was
Yeah.
that the common man is not able to get the thing.
No, that's what awareness we are creating as experienced people from our side also. That I know that there are loopholes. So if we are having the good speed, so we can go for the other channel as well.
Okay.
Don't stop yourself.
I'll just request each panel member to kind of wrap up from your end. 1 minute, okay?
Yeah.
1 minute each.
So the thing is that my conclusion is this: if we want to become a Viksit Bharat in 2047, so we have to upskill ourselves. We have to increase the job. We have to increase the startups in the India, and whatever the recent trends going in the world, that is whatever the demanding skills going in the world, we have to upskill in them so that we are in the demand. So yes, we are having the power of 1.4 billion people, and we should take the advantage of that to increase the job and startups so that economy will increase.
So in one line, empower yourself, empower India. All powers are within you, right? Nobody can stop you, whether it is AI or it is any jam thing that or damn thing that is coming. It's all you and it's all in your hands, and we can always win the race. Nobody is going to take our jobs. Don't care about it. Make sure that the AI gets scared of yourself as a human being, right? So you have all the powers. Skip it up, all the powers, and Gen Z, right? We are scared, as a teacher, that you are not paying attention on all the things. So my request to Gen Z at this level is, let us make ourselves as a facilitator. Let the questions come from your side. Let the answers, because the world is of boli rahe. We are talking about AI, ChatGPT. Everything is on your tips. Why don't you utilize your intellectuals and make sure that whatever is available, you can take an advantage. So all the best. Thank you.
Yeah. So my take on AI is like it is just another technology. Okay. So, for example, earlier before the AI, there was the era of digitization, digital India. It really helped us as an educator, as a student, because those people who we get a great quality of education video, which was not possible before. Similarly, artificial intelligence, my take on it is that just use it to develop yourself. So as a student, you should take it as an advantage that just you can be more than a learner, but you can be a developer, you can be an employer, and that is how AI is going to develop yourself, as digital India help us to develop our understanding of the other things.
Thank you. So I think when we're having oriented Vikasit Bharat. So my take on to this subject is work for an inclusive India. Government should not simply create some infrastructure, and that should not increase further inequality. Already last 20 years, economic inequality has widened. Everybody should be in a position to take advantage of the benefit of AI. You should have a decentralized public digital infrastructure for AI that must be deployed by the government, which will help each and everyone to take advantage of that. Else, if the government just leave it to the private parties to, as per their whims and fancies, economic inequality will widen, and that will further may not achieve our aim of Vikasit Bharat. We should not look merely in terms of the GDP. We should also look in terms of per capita income. From that perspective, a decentralized digital infrastructure that can support AI oriented development is all the more essential. So that is the way I look at it. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, everyone. And thank you. We have an audience which has thinned down a little bit. I don't think the chocolates have helped a lot. But anyway, thank you for coming in, and thank you all the time.
Good afternoon, all. How was the session? Interesting? Good? Some takeaways from the sessions? Yeah? Okay, so I just want to tell one thing. Don't be the user of AI, be the creator of AI. Okay, so I conclude this session and I thank our director Arun Kumar sir to, in the busy schedule, being over for the panel session. Anand sir, so the last moment I understand that, okay, to be the part of the session, and Dr. Neelam Panchal ma'am, thank you. I know you have very schedule on the way going across and being here, the part of IFM. Thank you very much. And Arpit Yadav, sir, thank you very much to be here. And Nikhil, sir, to be a good moderator. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Okay, thank you, everyone. So we will end the session. Thank you. So tomorrow we have at 10:30, we have a keynote speaker, Mr. Dr. Avik Sinha, who is the Pen India co-founder. So we'll be here at 10:30. So we'll have the session and followed by again, we have a panel discussion. Okay. Thank you very much.